Let's jump into the cockpit of this beast, the McLaren F1 in Jay Leno's Garage, an icon. It's a piece of engineering art and something Leno describes as the best car of the 20th century. Awakening the legend, picture yourself walking into Leno's enormous 140,000 square FT car facility. Rows and rows of cars, all gleaming under rare California light. And there, near the center, sits the McLaren F1. Low, wide, purposeful. You run your hand along the bodywork, carbon fiber glimpsing in the light, gold-lined engine bay just audible whispering under the hood. Leno bought this car roughly 20-odd years ago for $800K, and today it's valued in the many millions. You open the gullwing-style doors. Yes, the F1 has butterfly doors, and climb into the center driving position. The driver sits in the middle, passengers slightly offset on either side. A layout so radical that even hardcore car folks draw a breath. The cabin is minimalist yet lavish. Connolly, leather, Alcantara, carbon fiber everywhere. The engine, a 6.1L BMW V1.2, producing 627 bhp and 479 pounds FT of torque, naturally aspirated, no turbos, raw human. On the road with a legend. You turn the key, the engine fires. You feel the surge. The car glides out, tires gripping, air slicing. Leno says the McLaren F1 is raw, engaging, and uncompromising. On the open road, 0 to 60 miles per hour in approximately 3.2 seconds, top speed around 240 miles per hour. In its time, this car sets standards. You drive it because, unlike many hypercars locked in climate-controlled showrooms, Leno actually uses his cars. You feel the road, you hear the engine, you smell the fumes. You appreciate the mechanical purity. He doesn't just look at it, he drives it. A true collector-driver ethos. Why this car matters? In an entire lifetime collection of over 180 cars estimates, this one stands out. Among rarities, among windoffs, it is one of only 106 road-going McLaren F1 South ever made. It's not just rarity, it's the apex of road car engineering of its era. Leno didn't buy it just to park it, he says he bought it to drive it. He says you don't buy the car so much as the story. As dusk falls, you kill the engine. The car sits silent. The gold heat shielding glints under the garage lights. If you lean back and think, here's a car that doesn't compromise, that doesn't apologetically glide, it accelerates with intent, that doesn't whisper, it roars with character. For Leno, this McLaren F1 is more than a Caritz, a friend, a machine, a statement. If you're going to collect the best. Drive your collection. Duesenberg Model J in Jay Leno's collection. Buckle up in your imagination, because this is a ride through luxury, history, and mechanical marvels. Morning at the Mansion Garage. Imagine walking into Jay Leno's massive car barn. Rows and rows of gleaming machines, each a story waiting to be told. And at its heart, the Duesenberg Model J long hood, elegant curves, the kind of car that makes you whisper, wow. The particular chassis Jay owns was originally built in the early 1930s, one of the most prestigious American luxury automobiles of its time. You approach it, the grille towers, the body drapes like a tuxedo. Inside, you slide into a sumptuous seat, fine materials, craftsmanship, from an era when cars were as much jewels as machines. Jay says this is one of his favorite rides. The engine, a 420 cubic inch straight-eight DOHC with 265 horsepower in its naturally aspirated layout. In the supercharged SJ version, it hit approximately 320 horsepower. For its day, that was insane. On the road, old money meets motion. You fire it up. The engine rumbles like thunder inside a refined suit. You pull out. People stop and stare. This car commands attention. Jay drives it. He doesn't garage it away and forget it. He uses it. That's part of the magic. Driving it is different. You don't just steer, you orchestrate. The weight, the engine response, the era's feel, all combine into a special kind of presence. It's not about outrunning modern supercars, it's about being the supercar of its era, and still doing justice to that legacy. Speed, it can hit approximately 100 miles per hour, easily, pushing boundaries for its age. Jay says when you pull the doozy out on a clear road, you feel something special. Restoration and rarity, from scrap to star. Here's where the story gets even richer. DJ's car wasn't simply pristine when he bought it. One version of his was a bare chassis at purchase. No body, no interior. The original body had been discarded. Jay and restorer Randy Ema built the body from scratch, referencing factory drawings, bringing it back to authentic form. Think about that. A millionaire comedian buys an antique chassis and pays craftsmen to resurrect it into its former glory. That's dedication. That's car collector love. Only a few Model J's remain today, one of the rarest of American cars. Having this in Jay's collection isn't just a car, it's a piece of history, a jewel, a showstopper, evening reflection, why it matters. As twilight falls, you park it. The curves catch street lamps. The chrome glints. You open the door and ease out, feeling the weight of history beneath your feet. The Duesenberg reminds you that luxury once meant engineering excellence as much as opulence. That a car could be art, that the machine could transcend utility. For Jay Leno, this car isn't just an asset, it's a story. A lived piece of patrimony. The kind of car you don't just display, you respect, you drive, you honor. Jay Leno's 300 SL Gullwing, a car that's not just iconic, but steeped in history, drama, and pure automotive magic. Morning arrival, wings of steel. Imagine walking into Jay Leno's garage. Rows of dream machines stretch far beyond sight. Polished chrome and glass, each a chapter of car history. Then you see it, the 300 SL Gullwing. Low, wide, with those legendary upward hinge doors that flip open like wings. The sheer presence of this car stops you in your tracks. According to multiple sources, Leno owns one of the last fanfare versions of the Gullwing, the model produced from 1954 to 1957. Only about 1,400 of the coupe variants ever made. You run your hand along the body. The curves are perfect. The aluminum or steel bodywork gleams. You open the Gullwing doors. Yes, you've climbed the sill that the tubular frame required, and you slide into the cockpit. The seats are snug, the steering wheel hefty, the gauges vintage, the sense of history overwhelming. On the road, a pioneer in motion. You fire up the engine. The 3.0-liter straight-six fuel-injected unit hums to life. This was not just any car in its era. By all accounts, the 300 SL Gullwing was one of the fastest production cars of its time, capable of reaching over 160 miles per hour in its prime. Jay says of his driving experience, "This doesn't feel like a 1957. It feels like a more modern car. You drive it. You feel the road under you, the direct steering response, the taut chassis. Unlike many show cars that never venture past the garage, this one breathes. It lives because Jay drives his cars. The Gullwing doors alone make you feel you're in something special, a car that was born of racing heritage. The W194 race car, and then turned into a road icon. Every glance in the mirror, every turn of the wheel reminds you you're in a piece of automotive folklore, heritage and rarity, why it matters. This is where the story deepens. The 300 SL Gullwing isn't just a beautiful car, it's a milestone. As Mercedes-Benz built only approximately 1,400 of the coupe version, between Ijo Wu Si Dao Wu Ti owning one places you in an elite collector league. He's not just collecting cars, he's preserving history. And in doing so, he's letting us look through the keyhole of automotive time. In the evening, as you park it under soft garage lights, you reflect. This car carried dreams, engineering breakthroughs, fuel injection, and style that defined a generation. Reflections at dusk. Wings rest. Story continues. Once parked, you open the gull wings, step out, and glance back at the machine. The doors close, the engine quiets, but the car still breathes. In the stillness, you think, this isn't just a classic, it's a legacy. You remember it once smashed speed records, flipped the design book, made people say, "What car is that?" You remember that Jay doesn't put this car on a pedestal, he drives it, uses it, honors it.